The biggest and the youngest member of the Pulsar fam, but also the cheapest in the segment. Has the quality been compromised because of that? How does it perform? How is the design? Let's find out. 373cc DOHC liquid cooled engine, the same engine from the Dominar with 40 PS of power and 35 Nm of torque. First impressions would be a linear low end pull to a strong explosive mid-range. The 0 to 100 acceleration is pretty quick as expected, easily reaches 140 at the 5th gear but needs more time to touch the top speed. Sounds amazing. Top end is not so good. I like how the low end is linear as it doesn't throw power right away, which is good for new riders. But the throttle response had a 1 second delay, which was pretty annoying, but after that pretty responsive and quick to add. Vibrations creeping in which were not bothering me, but the heat radiating to my foot was a bit annoying. Grimaca brakes, an iconic brand for the calipers, but wasn't up to the mark in this motorcycle.
The braking bite is not so sharp as we see in the Dominar or the NS200.
High speed stability is decent, but while shifting gears at high speeds, there was a wobble which I usually experience in smaller bikes, which I didn't like. But the handling was excellent, flicking the bike between vehicles at high speeds. It seemed very stable, and the transmission was very smooth, had a light clutch, and the bike sounds amazing to blip the throttle and rev match.
Get these beautiful looking USD forks which look very good, and we also get a monoshock with a canister in the rear. The suspensions are not so stiff, it is a bit soft, so city riding is very comfortable in this motorcycle.
This motorcycle gets 4 riding modes: rain, road, sport and off-road. In rain, the power is mostly cut off a lot, so you do not have any low end pull, but in sports mode, the bike is very explosive, which is nice.
We get 110/70 in the front MRF tires, and we get a 140/70 in the rear. The grips are decent, it's not so good. It's an MRF, and MRFs are meant to last longer, so they will not burn as quick as the other tires. I would advise you to change the tires as soon as you get these bikes to a more grippy, better tires. The same alloys as the NS200, they are the iconic alloys of the NS200, which everybody likes. The NS400 headlamp has a silhouette of the NS200 headlamp, but it has a V-pattern LED lamp and a projector headlamp with the NS400 badging. Many of them don't seem to have a liking to this headlamp compared to the NS200 headlamp. The tank has the silhouette of the NS200 but gets a new shroud that looks very sporty with new graphics, and also gets carbon fiber details for the liquid cooling guard. It has the iconic Pulsar badging, and you also get a tank grip here which is of a lesser quality, doesn't feel very premium. The seats are similar to the NS200, it's what we have already seen in the NS200 bikes. The tail lamps are the same as the NS200 with the grab rails, and we get a beautiful tail TD with sleek indicators. We also get a new NS400 Z badging which could have been done better. We get air vents which look cheap, are not even that premium, and it's not even functional. And if we move on to the side panels, the side panel quality feels really good even though it's plastic. This is the already existing unit of the NS200, but they've added a little detail to make it look a bit more sportier. The footpeg unit is beautifully integrated with the bike. I love the design, but there's a lot of wires running here which make it look a little bit of a chaos down here. And this underbelly unit has a beautiful 400 graphic, and it looks pretty cool. The switch panels quality has been compromised a bit in my opinion. They don't feel that premium. Of course, it's a budget motorcycle, and even the response of these buttons are slow when you look at the console. So the things we get in the console are, we get the trip information, we get the speed, the trip details, and now we can see the vehicle info, the connectivity, the trip and bike, the lap timer, which is a very good feature on this motorcycle. In vehicle info, we can access the ride modes. The engine is off, but we get to see riding modes such as road, off-road, rain and sport. Daytime visibility is very good. It's very bright and you can see everything clearly, and you also get a USB charging port near the console, which is a very good feature. We get adjustable clutch and brake levers, which is also good for the price that we pay. Some welds like these and some parts, if you observe very closely, have a poor build quality and a poor finish from Bajaj, but it's a budget motorcycle, so we cannot really complain. The overall build quality of this bike has been compromised in some cases, but for the price we pay, I should say that it's worth it. They have tried to give a lot of features and lot of power packed in this motorcycle.
Now at this price point, it wouldn't be fair if I said the build quality wasn't up to the mark, and if you personally asked me if I would be satisfied with paying this much for a motorcycle and having this quality, maybe, I'm not sure. I cannot come to a definitive conclusion about that. This motorcycle has opened the door to more number of bikers who want to experience the 400cc and the 40 horsepower. You just have to pay 30,000 more than the N250 to get this 400cc. A lot of the Pulsar fans seem to be complaining about the way this motorcycle looks, but from a neutral point of view, I think that this bike looks pretty decent, and some of the sporty elements and designs actually look good on this motorcycle. Overall, I'm getting some really good performance with mediocre build quality and all the latest tech and a pretty decent design. It is not fair to complain or compare this motorcycle with other motorcycles in this segment. In the end, I'm happy about what this motorcycle is, so I will see you in another video. Until then, keep watching the Vintage Biker.